Hey, Nicki Sanders here with Nicki Sanders Leadership Consulting, and welcome back to the More Than Social Work with Nicki Sanders YouTube channel. And this is video 2. So if you saw my last video, you know that what we call burnout can actually be identity loss, and that burnout can cause a loss of identity. So in that video, I shared that this video, the follow-up, would be things that you can do to reclaim your identity after burnout. So if you have ever experienced professional burnout, you start to doubt yourself, you're overthinking, you're wondering if you're crazy or if something is wrong with the organization. Toxic workplaces and professional burnout will make you question who you are, what your purpose is, and just why you are here in this very moment. Even if when you went into that space, you were very confident and secure of those things. So I want to talk to you about 3 different ways that you can start to reconnect with your identity, that you can reclaim your identity. And I'm going to give you 3 steps to take to reclaim your identity, and 3 steps within those 3 steps that you can take to reclaim your identity. One of those for me, this is not one of the steps, this one is a bonus, is being outside in nature. So I love doing videos outdoors, even when it's cold. And when I started doing videos, it was because I had made a promise to myself to spend time outdoors every day, even when it was cold, because I hate the cold. So that was me challenging myself and holding myself accountable. But also I wanted to get a certain amount of steps in as well. So committing to doing those videos outdoors helped me do those other 2 things. And I feel much more alive and like myself when I'm outside versus inside in an office dressed up and all the things. So that's what works for me. I'm going to give you 3 things that I hope will work for you as you move beyond burnout to reclaim your identity. So I'm going to give you the 3 steps, and because I want to make sure that I give you the 3 steps within the 3 steps, I may take a look at my bullet points on my notes. But step number 1 is to make time to hear yourself. Step number 2 is reclaiming your voice. And step number 3 is rebuilding from your core. So let me say that again. Step number 1 is to make space so you can hear yourself. Step number 2 is to reclaim your voice. And step number 3 is to rebuild from your core. So let's go with step number 1, which is to make time to hear yourself. Now, many of us are busy. We are going and doing. And we never stop long enough to be quiet. Whether we're afraid that within that quiet something is going to pop up, or we'll hear something that we can no longer ignore once we're in that quiet. So it is time to make time for quiet. You can do 10 minutes in the morning, just when you wake up, 10 minutes in the morning, before you grab your phone, before you turn on your TV, before you turn on the radio, before you start talking to your family members, right? Take 10 minutes of quiet time just to settle yourself into the day. So that's step number 1. And sorry, the sun is moving, so hopefully you can still see me and see me clearly. All right, the second is journaling. I love journaling. Some of us journal at night, some of us journal in the morning. But here's a great question when you are trying to hear yourself again. What do I miss about myself, right? If you've lost your identity and you no longer feel like yourself, what are the parts of you that you miss? What is it that you miss about yourself? And the third thing that you can do so that you can start to hear yourself again is leave time in your day just for you. Stop overbooking, stop overscheduling. Stop going and doing, and just leave downtime in your schedule, in your day, in your week, in your month, right? I'm not talking about I have a vacation in 30 days. I'm talking about in your regular day, build in downtime because you deserve rest. All right, so step number 2, reclaim your inner voice. Reclaim your inner voice. Use your wisdom. I know you may have started to, I can't say I know, but yes, I can, because I did it and so many women that I talk to have done it. You start to question yourself, question your credibility, question your talents, question whether you're supposed to be in that space or in that room. And you are. Let me just put that out there. Yes, you are. So reclaim your inner voice. Release the things that you have allowed to silence you. Release the things that you have allowed to silence you. If you silence yourself because you wanted to keep the peace, if you silence yourself because you wanted to fix something, if you silence yourself because you didn't want to be seen as aggressive, release all of those things, those thoughts, those concepts, those stereotypes, those biases, those misconceptions. Miss me with it, right? Let it go. No longer be silenced by it. Release all the things that you have allowed to silence you, and that could be people. Number 2 is make sure that when you say yes to someone else, you're not saying no to yourself. So your yes should be a yes that is in alignment with who you are, what your goals are, the kind of people that you want to spend time with, the kind of work that you want to do. Yes should mean yes all the way around. It should be win-win, right? Not I'm saying yes and I'm resentful or I'm angry or I feel exploited. So make sure that when you say yes to someone or something else, you're not saying no to yourself. The third way that you're going to reclaim your inner voice is to use your voice. So you're reclaiming your inner voice by speaking up, by advocating for yourself, no longer being silenced. Say the things that need to be said. Ask for what you deserve. Use your voice. You can start small, and maybe in every staff meeting, you are going to make one recommendation. Maybe with your best friend, you're going to ask them to plan the next outing so you don't have to. The third way that you're going to reclaim your identity is to rebuild from your core. Rebuild from your core, not your achievements, not your accomplishments, not your role, not your position, but who you are at your core, because you're getting back to that. So I want you to become who you are becoming, not who you were. So you're rebuilding. Become who you are becoming, not who you were, because you're going to have to release some things, right, in order to get your identity back, because that identity is likely no longer going to serve you because you've expanded, you've grown. It just doesn't fit you anymore because you've had new experiences, new knowledge. You are not the same you are the next level, higher level of yourself, because you are expanding and growing always. So ask yourself these questions. What brings you anger, fear, frustration, anxiety? If you're rebuilding from your core, things that you let slide, be truthful with yourself, right? This thing, this person, this opportunity, this place, I don't ever want to do this again. This is annoying, right? I've been doing it just to keep the peace, but I don't want to do it anymore. So what are the things that bring you anxiety, frustration, fear, anger, right? Ask yourself that question and be honest with yourself if you want to actually rebuild. Number 2 is check your boundaries. Now, like me, you may have set awesome boundaries and you were the one who were dishonoring your boundaries. So check if you are letting things slide or if you are the one who is not honoring your boundaries. Check your boundaries and make sure that you're setting boundaries that are healthy boundaries, not walls, but healthy boundaries, and make sure that you aren't the person who is ignoring those boundaries. Number 3 way to rebuild from your core is to ask yourself when you feel most alive, when you feel most whole, what brings you joy? Get back to that, because for many of us, we've been going and doing and making sure that the baby had a birthday party and the husband had an anniversary gift and our mom had, whatever was needed, but we haven't been giving ourselves those kinds of experiences and opportunities. And I'm going beyond nair done, hair done, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actually giving yourself what you need to feel whole. So this is about wholeness. It's about truth. It's about softness. Reclaiming your identity is about reclaiming it in a way where you can thrive. You can get out of survival mode and you can thrive. So truth, like these things that I brought up, is about truth. It's about softness. It's about wholeness. So 3 ways, I told you those 3 ways, and 3 things within those 3 ways that you can begin to reclaim your identity after burnout and identity loss. Okay? This is Nicki Sanders with Nicki Sanders Leadership Consulting. Let me know which of those things was helpful for you, 1. And 2, if you're like, that was good, but I need a little bit more, you don't have to do this alone. I invite you to register for my Power Hour, which is an identity reclamation session. It is alone time where you can pause, reflect, and start to reclaim your identity and rebuild. Again, I'm going to list that in the comments so you can join me. This is Nicki Sanders with Nicki Sanders Leadership Consulting. Thanks for joining me here. Check out both videos, right? And let me know if there's something else that you want me to cover, or if there is a question that you have about reclaiming your identity after burnout. See you soon. Bye.